Hi, so very quickly I want to show you the impact of a long JavaScript task on the user experience. So I created this small demo with an heavy CPU function, and if I change the parameter in that URL, the function will be heavier on the CPU. So let's get started with the function like which hit the CPU but not too hard. So let's record the CPU activity, and each time I click on that button I add a paragraph with the current date. Okay, so we can see that it's pretty smooth, and each time I click, the the site is responding pretty well. And at the top you see we have an SVG animation, and the SVG animation is pretty fluid as well. So it's pretty smooth, so we do not see any issue with that. So let's see what we have in the profile. Okay, it's loading. So small tip here, if you want this part to be faster, just record like small chunks instead of like large profiles. Okay, so we can see that we have some FPS drops. So if we check on the frames, so here we had some FPS drops when our heavy task, okay, my slow function was running, okay, but it didn't block a lot, and it was like even really hard to perceive from a user point of view. So we can see that every click had the paragraph and the date, because like it's running there, so all good. So no problem with that. So we have a bit of blocking times, but not too crazy. But now, if I change that to, let's say, 8.1, let's give it a try. So we're gonna make the CPU task bit um, a bit bigger, and as you can see, like the SVG animation is not as smooth as before. So let's record, and let's try to hit click, and I can see when I click, every time I click, I don't get all the time. Okay, see, it was blocked, and nice blocked. Okay, let's see what we have in the profile. So here it's pretty clear. So when we see the frame, we see that when my slow function is running, the frames are dropping. So we are 2 FPS, so 2 frames per second versus like 38 when that function, the slow function, is not running. And so to really understand like the effect of those slow function on our clicks, so we can see that here on top, like we have a red bar just underneath this 9-second mark. So let's zoom, and we have our super slow task, like the 780 millisecond. Okay, so let's zoom on this task, and let's have a look at those screenshots. And as you can see, I was clicking because I was like clicking all the time, but as you can see, there is no paragraph added even if I was clicking. And why that? It's because like all my clicks were not reflected in the UI because of this task. So everything ran after that task. So let's move on. So nothing. And then, as you can see, like there is a bit of space between those two tasks. And here I'm running the task. So we have a huge chunk of paragraph that is added at the same time. So the experience is not smooth at all.